This is the first of a series of informational talks about attorneys and clients and the legal profession. My name is Steve Koshel. I'm an attorney. I've been practicing law for about 34 years. I've practiced in a number of different states. I've served as a Navy JAG, as an assistant U.S. attorney, a federal prosecutor, and I've also served as a chief disciplinary counsel of a bar, in addition to working in several law firms over the course of years that I've practiced. The first talk I'm going to give today is about how you go about selecting a lawyer for the legal problems that you may encounter. At some point, all of us have legal problems. Whether they need to go to a lawyer is, at the first point of decision making, is up to you as the potential client. Not every problem requires a lawyer to solve it. So, here's some thoughts about the major factors that you need to take into account. First, what law school did the lawyer attend? What kind of background and experience do they have after they attended law school? In some cases, their prior experience may be really helpful. So like if you have a tax problem, you may want to find somebody who had prior experience as a tax accountant or who had training as an accountant. If you have a criminal problem, sometimes you want to look for someone who's a police officer. Many times you'll find that lawyers have a lot of different experience before they went to law school that makes them better lawyers. So then you want to take a look at what law firms or what legal experience they've had before you walked in the door to hire them. So some lawyers come from government practice, like being a federal prosecutor. Other lawyers have been primarily involved in small firms, medium-sized, or large firms. And each of those experiences brings something to the table for that individual lawyer. Having a blend of experiences from going from a big firm to a small firm sometimes helps, because big firms typically handle bigger cases. But if you're wanting big firm expertise, but you don't want to pay the money and go to a big firm, finding someone who's been in a large law firm often meets the bill. You also want to look at how many years they've been practicing, because not all lawyers are created equal. They are the combination of their education, their training, their life experience, and their legal experience as attorneys. So when you are looking at a lawyer, you want to look at how many years have they been practicing, what kinds of cases have they been handling, what kind of results did they get. And sometimes the results aren't clear wins or clear losses. Sometimes they're settlements. And oftentimes a good settlement is the sign of a very good lawyer. That's true in both criminal practice and in civil practice. You may want to consider people with specialty areas where they've focused their practice, or they've gotten board certification in a particular area of practice, such as a tax specialization, or practicing as a will, estate, and trust specialist. I can't even spit it out right. Sometimes it's so complicated that people need to study postgraduate, post-law school, and get a master's in taxation. And so some of these folks, as well as the board-certified folks, are really good at providing advice in specialty areas. But then again, sometimes what you need are a team of lawyers who provide not just specialized skills, but also litigation skills. What do you look for in a litigator? What kind of cases did they win? What kind of cases did they lose? And how candid are they with you about their practice? You want to take a look at the lawyer's personal philosophy and the way they practice law. And in some cases, other people who have hired them before and have had an experience with them will be able to give you the most insight to that. But you can get a sense about a lawyer by talking to them and by their reputation, and you'll get a sense of them from their website. So many lawyers market themselves as being junkyard dogs. Some have a philosophy of win it at all costs. Other lawyers tend to be a bit more cerebral and philosophical about the way they practice law. And other lawyers are just practical problem solvers. Sometimes you want a mix of all of that, and so you have to shop around and get the right lawyer for your case or for your problem. At the very end of the day, what you're looking for is someone who can solve your problem and who can be an effective, cost-effective problem solver. There's a lot more that I can discuss about selecting a lawyer, and I will in subsequent sessions, so please tune in. One of the areas that I'll be discussing is about billing, about engagements, lawyer engagements with clients, retainer letters, and how do you deal with problems between you and a lawyer. These are some of the natural problems that come up between attorneys and lawyers. So I hope you've enjoyed this session, and I look forward to providing more talks on this issue.